Today we are doing an updated version of a full face of NYX professional makeup. So it's been a while since I've done like a full face for my channel, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I was luckily sent some of the Wednesday collection. So I was so excited. I received it in the post today, and as soon as I opened it I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited because it's actually quite sad the NYX community that I was a part of has closed down. But I'm still going to make stuff for them because I absolutely love the makeup, and they do still send me stuff which I'm extremely grateful for. One thing that I'm not going to use today because it's not really a makeup item, but it's their phone holder. I was laughing when I saw this when it first came out. But this is the phone umbrella, so it's essentially like a phone grip, but it's got like thing holding an umbrella. Now I haven't watched the show, and I know it's right up my street because it's Tim Burton, it's Adam's Family. I've been such a big fan of the two movies and also like the TV show when I was super young. Obviously it was on way before I was born, but the reruns and everything like that, and even some of like the independent kind of ones that have come out. But I watched like an episode of the show and it just didn't grip me. I don't know, I might have to give it like another go because the next season has come out and people are still raving about it. But I got a couple of things and I thought I would just kind of incorporate it into a full face. So let's just start off with the primer. So this is like nothing really new. So this is the Plump Right Back. This is such an old version. I think like this is still part of my project pan for this year. It's still going eventually because one other product I have is my project pan as well, and it's been going okay. But you know what, I'm still buying stuff, I'm still receiving stuff, which I'm very grateful for. But you know what, I'm still using those products as I go along. But this is such a like OG great NYX product. If you haven't tried it before, this is like, it came out kind of really early into the whole like gripping makeup. Like Milk came out with theirs, and then NYX came out with this, and then Elf and all these other brands started making their own version of it. But this is super nice. Like I'm getting there. It takes up a lot to use like complete makeup. So let's go on to foundation. So today we're going to be using the Butter Glaze. I have like or use pretty much all NYX foundations, and this is perfect for kind of like a light coverage. So if you don't want anything that is full coverage, because they have full coverage, they have medium coverage and tints and stuff like that. So this is the Soft Glow Skin Tint. This is in the shade, which one is this? This is Whipped Butter. This is number 1. I've also got number 2, which I can't remember what it's called, but it's also great. So if you're kind of the same kind of tone as me or a bit lighter, this shade is going to be perfect. So I'm just going to get this on. Now for a skin tint, this is kind of great for a skin tint because normally some skin tints are like super full coverage, or for me sometimes they have no coverage. I always like to cover my redness, but this is like on the medium ground, so you can still see some of my redness, but it still does a great job. I think it smells really nice as well, but the coverage is so good, and to be honest, it's one of my favorite products of this year. Like, I wouldn't say it's my number 1 kind of foundation of the year, but it's definitely like up there. So I'm just going to go in with a little concealer. So this is the Bare With Me Concealer Serum. They haven't had a new concealer in ages, and I really want them to bring out a new one. Not to say that the others are not good, they are. It's the same with the other one. There was like a contour stick version that they had, which I really like. But I think we're due for like a new one. So if you're using the skin tint, this is great to use to cover up any other like things that you want to hide, because like I mentioned, the skin tint isn't going to give you like a crazy full coverage. It's going to give you like a medium to buildable. Okay, so going on to the Wednesday products. So they kind of gave me the contour kind of palette and a blush palette. So with the contour palette, this is the Wednesday section, and this is the Enid section. So obviously we're going to go in with contour first because obviously we apply that before blush, but it comes in 4 different shades. This one is probably going to be more of like a setting powder probably. This one will probably work better for me, and these two in the future I could probably use them as like an eyeshadow or something because they're a bit too deep for me. So I'm going with this second shade. I don't think they have names, they're just there. So just kind of tap it and see. So obviously with contour, is there about shading, but I mean I always just kind of bronze a bit more than contour, to be honest, because contour I'm still learning. So the coverage is quite nice. I mean, their buttermilk bronzer and blushes and stuff like that are absolutely stunning. Like if you've not tried them but you're looking for like a crazy pigmented product, they're amazing and they smell so good as well. I'm going to use the highlighter in a minute, but this is really nice. It's building up. It's not like patchy or anything. It's blending in really nicely with the tint. So I'm just going to add a tad bit more. And then now for blush, it's going to be quite difficult to choose because they are all absolutely stunning. This one here is got like a shimmer to it, so I'm not going to use that just because I have a highlighter, but obviously I will in the future. So you've got like a purple, like a deeper kind of pinky tone, like a deeper purple, sorry, and then you've got like a bright pink. I might kind of go in with this one and then maybe add a bit of the purple. I'm being a bit daring. I mean, these shades are not really shades that I would use because the pink, I'm not really a pink blush type of gal. I prefer to kind of have like a red or a bit more of a deep pink, like a rose tone. But this is really nice. This is building up beautifully. Let me get a better look in my mirror. That's really pigmented. I don't think they're the same as the buttermilk blushes, to be honest, because those buttermilk ones are intense. They're really, really pigmented. Like when I first used it, I overused it like stupidly because I didn't realize how pigmented they were. So this one, I must admit, I've added a bit too much, but it's still pretty nice. I'm just going to kind of blend it to see if it will blend out. And now for highlighter, we're going in with glazed butter. So these, like I've said, are absolutely stunning. They're probably my favourite highlighters of the year. Like NYX have done like amazing products this year, and that's why I'm continuously like using and buying their stuff because they are so good. Like they don't send me everything. Like there's a couple of things that I do get which I am so grateful for, but I always go and spend my money because I know that they're going to have something that I really want. So let's go into a product that I think I used in my like first impression. So this is quite new. This is their Wonder Snatch setting powder. So I have the shade Sugar Serve, and there's about 8 or 9 shades. So they do like deeper shades and lighter shades. I've got some kind of like fallen out. So I'm just gonna kind of add what I have. And my first impressions of this were really nice. Like I haven't tried a good setting powder in a while, which is a bit annoying because I don't really use setting powder as much. Like I don't really go anywhere for me to kind of use setting powders that much. So when I do my videos or TikToks and stuff, I tend to just wear it for a bit and then take it off. But if I go anywhere, I have some setting powders anyway, so I don't really need to buy a new one. But I got this in Boots for like £8.50 or something, and I'm glad I did because it is pretty nice. And for eyeshadow, I'm going in with a really old palette. This is actually part of my project pan as well, and I've been doing okay. Like I said, I have a lot of other makeup to use. So, I mean, I'm just going to do like a little look. I've used this quite a few times on my channel, but it's such a nice palette that I thought I would use it today because obviously it's been a while since I've used it, but it's still super pigmented and it hasn't dried out, which I love because you know, there's nothing worse than an eyeshadow palette drying out when you're trying to like use it up. I didn't want to do anything too crazy because I have the cello eyeliner. So fun fact, I used to play cello in secondary school. So I actually learned to play cello for about 2-3 years, and obviously when I left school I stopped playing because when I went to college I didn't play any instruments. I would love to have carried on because I really enjoyed playing cello. Like it was such an interesting instrument. So this is what it looks like. This is in the shade Raven. So I think this is like a purple. I'm not too sure, but their NYX liners are known to be amazing. So this is a bit of a, they're like flimsy ones, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So I'll see if I do a good job, because normally using these type of liners, I'm not very good. So let's get this on. Wish me luck. So I did an okay job. Um, I'm not the biggest fan of the type of applicator because it's too bendy for me. Like if it was like their pen, which is a bit more sturdy, I would have done a much better job. But it's really pigmented. Like it's purple. Like you can definitely see it's purple, and I like the color a lot. I'll be using it during Halloween because obviously it's the most wonderful time of the year. That's what I like to say. So let's end on the lips. So I have a lip liner, which is the Line Loud in the shade Gold Getter, and then I have the Liquid Ivy. The Lip Ivy. I haven't used this in such a long time. I have the shade Mocha Me Wet. So let's get this on. And then the Lip Ivy, and this is my finished look. I love everything. The only thing I kind of have a slight issue with is the liner, but the applicator is another issue. I mean, again, if it was a different type of like applicator, if it was the pen version, I would be even happier. But you know what? I'm very grateful that I got it. So NYX, thank you so much for sending it to me, slash L'Oreal, whoever it was that sent me this stuff. I am so grateful. You have no idea. But yeah, I love NYX. They're a brand that I have loved for a long time, and I will continue to love them because they just make some great products. I can't wait to see what they're going to bring out the rest of the year. I know that their Christmas collection is kind of went on like trend mood and stuff, which looks quite cute. We'll see how it goes, but let me know what you've been using by NYX recently. Have you used anything? And thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance. So don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias because I'm always active on there, and appreciate you sitting down listening to me ramble on. I will see you soon. Bye.